Hi folks, my name is Mark and I'm a dirtbag. Chances are if you're watching this, you are too. Today we're going to be fixing up a bike, so let's go. So the first thing we're actually going to do is set up my new truing stand. Just got it on Amazon. You may have seen before that it came with some cool panners instead of spanners. And a list of warm tips. Not hot tips, but warm tips. Yeah. But first, coffee. Today I'm having a Fernwood Soda Company coffee with cola. It's a cold brew. It's pretty good. If you're ever on the island and see this, you should pick it up and try it. There's the stand out of the box. You can see all the stuff needed to put it together all laid out. Then we're going to put it together. And there it is, all assembled. Well, almost all assembled. I didn't actually do it right. There were no instructions and everything, but I'll show you that later. This is the best I could do just by guessing. So Mudshark's Coffee let me put a poster up, so I put one of their stickers on my workbench. Also, shout out to the Comox Valley Community Foundation's Neighborhood Small Grants. That's why we were able to do this today. Thanks, guys. Alright, this is the bike we're working on. It's a old, I don't know what year, rally, 6-speed. The back brake is pretty locked up, so we'll fix that. It's kind of dusty. There's some more things wrong with it that I uncovered later, but that's all I knew when I started out. Getting to it, starting to clean it all off. I think this bike had been sitting for most of its life. I don't think it's really been ridden very much ever. The tires still had the little plastic nubs on them from when they're out of the factory. Just had, a couple decades worth of dust on it. I think it was Craig from Second Life Bikes who said that bikes are often just dirty. They don't really need too much mechanically. Hoping this is the case with this bike. I really like the orange of the tires against the red of the rest of the bike. Front brake works good. Just checking the back brake. Yeah, it still needs it. Shifted all the way through all the gears right off the bat, which was nice. A bit more polishing. Right, onto the brake. First thing, I'm going to hit it with some WD-40, see if I can loosen it up a little bit there. Worked a little bit, but it wasn't quite where I wanted it to be. Onto the wrenches. Nope, wrong size. It definitely helped a lot. I think the brake was just on there too tight, which this kind of thing is pretty common. Now it's just a matter of getting it, tuning it into that exact perfect specification. We're going to count how many times I dropped my tools this video. Do it way more often than I need to. Just fiddling with the brake to get it just right. These old stamped steel brakes weren't the easiest to work on, which is probably why it was like this in the first place. But that's why we're here, isn't it? Sped this. Oh, there's the second one. I sped this part up because otherwise it would be a 45-minute video of just me slowly working on bikes, which some of you might like. Let me know. At the end of the day, it was the bolt. Oh, third one. Anyway, as I was saying, it was the bolt holding the bike to the frame that was too tight, and it was preventing the brake from moving. Sorry, I said bike to the frame. I meant brake to the frame. And there we go. Brake's working again. Way better than it was before. Next problem. Went to go through the wheel. Realized the hub is not turning. Don't think there's ever been any grease in it, so we're going to take the hub apart. Straighten the vise, loosen off all the nuts. Guess they are bearings. Should have kept that in. Bit of the old trusty grease. Hope you like the focus of the workbench and not what I'm actually doing. Oh, almost had it there for a second. Now just doing the other side. Same thing, a little bit of grease. The bearings inside were bone dry. I don't think they'd been touched since whenever this bike was made. Or even then, they probably weren't even touched then. Now just tuning everything up and getting it nice and tight. Not too tight though. Still want it to be able to move. That was the whole problem. Hell yeah. A little bit of fine tuning. Perfect. Alright, and on to truing. So I had this part of the truing stand on upside down, and for like 5 minutes I couldn't figure out how to get it to line up. Then I realized it was just installed wrong. So I fixed it. Anyway, the rule wasn't that out of true, so a couple tweaks and then back into the bike. Really want to get a pair of ratcheting box hand wrenches. Make that a little bit quicker. I'll put it on the Christmas list. Front brake worked really well. And moving on to the back. That wheel spins very well, so I didn't have to crack the hub. Right, into the truing stand. See, it actually works now. Didn't figure out how to get the dial working, but I also know how to do this by eye, so this 30-some-year-old steel rim doesn't need any precision tuning. Just needs to be a little straighter. I probably should still crack the hub with this bike, but you know what? It's old and cheap. It'll survive. Realizing I missed a whole bunch of spider webs. Like a barn find. Okay, so I had the hardest time getting it back into the bike. Something about the rear ends of these mixed frames. They're like super stiff, especially the steel ones. I think just with the angle of the stays and everything. I probably could have emptied or taken the air out of the tire, but oh, dropped it again. Taking the nuts and washers off helped a little bit. Just getting everything lined up. There we go, it's in. Get everything tightened down. Didn't like where the wheel was sitting in the dropout, so I just did the old BMXer trick where you shove a tool in it. And there it goes. It's rubbing on the fender a little bit, so nice thing about these steel fenders, you just give them a little bend and they're out of the way. Didn't love where I was sitting in the dropout still, so didn't really feel that safe to me, so we're not going to leave it there. Get a bigger tool this time. Looking better. There was like a few millimeters of dropout holding that bolt in, and knew as soon as you hit a bump or a brake or something it wouldn't go well, so had to fix it. Anyway, here it is riding. It's a small little bike, but it's pretty fun. Very upright. but I immediately threw the chain off. So, back to the drawing board. Back on, and then we're doing derailleur adjustments now. Which I didn't think it needed, but I guess that shows that they're always needed. Shifting nicely through the gears now. And then I went over the top because I was fucking with the high limit or low limit screw. But we fixed that up. And that's that. It's fixed. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe and all that fun stuff. And check back again for more bike repair videos. And bike rides and all that fun stuff. Cheers. Alright, a little bit of bonus content. I do have an announcement, so here it is. A lot of you know about the Dirtbag Cycles Rambler. It's the big group ride I hold every year, and you also know that there hasn't been an announcement yet. That's because I've been working a lot on some personal work things and just had a lot going on. But we're getting there. It's going to be in late September this year. I will announce the date officially once I check in with everyone involved. But picture last couple weeks of September, Comox Valley, about 80k ride, good times, same as last couple years. It is happening again, just had a little bit of a slow start this year. Anyway, keep posted for absolutely more. Probably will put it in the description below, and we'll see you out there. Thanks for watching, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.